സോ ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോ ആക്ച്വലി ഞാനൊരു സർപ്രൈസായിട്ടൊക്കെ എടുക്കണമെന്ന് കരുതിയ സംഭവമായിരുന്നു. അപ്പം ഞാൻ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രോ ഇടാം. ഞാൻ സർപ്രൈസായിട്ട് എടുക്കണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ. പക്ഷേ പിന്നെ കരുതിയല്ല, ആക്ച്വലി അത് സർപ്രൈസ് ആക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരു വീഡിയോ ആണ്. സോ അതിന് കുറച്ച് ചേഞ്ചസ് ഒക്കെ വരുത്തി എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് റെഡിയാക്കുവാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ഷൻ ഞാൻ പറയാം. ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ കാശിക്ക് ഒരു മുയൽക്കുട്ടനെ വാങ്ങണം എന്നൊരു വലിയ ആഗ്രഹം. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ ചേട്ടനാണെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പെറ്റും വേണ്ട. പെറ്റ്സിനെ വളർത്തി തുടങ്ങിയ അവസാനം അതിൻ്റെ ഫുൾ റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി പാരൻസിൻ്റെ തലയിലാവും. കുട്ടികൾ വേണമെന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് ഓരോന്ന് മേടിക്കാം, പക്ഷേ അവസാനം അതിൻ്റെ എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും നമ്മൾ തന്നെ നോക്കേണ്ടി വരും. അപ്പോൾ വേണ്ട എന്നുള്ളൊരു തീരുമാനത്തിലായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഇവന് ഈ ഓൺലൈൻ ക്ലാസ് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തു. കളിക്കാൻ വേറെ ആരും ഇല്ല ഇവിടെ. നൈബേഴ്സൊന്നും അവൻ്റെ പ്രായക്കാരില്ല. അവനുള്ള ഒരു ഫ്രണ്ട് വീക്കെൻഡ്സ് വരും. അവൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ പോവുകയോ പുറത്തൊന്ന് പോയിട്ട് വരികയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ അവന് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ആഗ്രഹം, ഒരു മുയലിനെങ്കിലും വാങ്ങാം. അപ്പോൾ ഈ മുയലെന്നുള്ള സംഭവം നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലെ പോലെയല്ല. ഇവിടെ ഈ പറമ്പിലൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ ചാടി ഓടിയൊക്കെ നടക്കും. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്കും തോന്നിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് അതിനൊന്ന് തൊട്ട് നോക്കാനെങ്കിലും പറ്റിയെങ്കിലെന്ന് ഇടയ്ക്കൊക്കെ തോന്നിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ വിചാരിച്ചു ഓക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ മുയലിൻ്റെ വാങ്ങുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ അന്വേഷിച്ച് വന്നപ്പോൾ അത് അത്ര ഈസി അല്ല. നമ്മൾ നാട്ടിൽ ചെയ്യുന്ന പോലെ നമുക്കൊരു പട്ടിയെ ചെന്ന് വാങ്ങി വളർത്താം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു പൂച്ചക്കുട്ടീനെ വളർത്താം. പക്ഷേ ഇത് അത്ര ഈസി അല്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഞാനിങ്ങനെ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ അന്വേഷിച്ചപ്പോൾ ഒരു ബണ്ണി റെസ്ക്യൂ ഹോം കണ്ടു. അവർ നമ്മുടെ ഒരു കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയിൽ ഒരു പോസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടു, ഫേസ്ബുക്ക് കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി പേജിൽ ഒരു പോസ്റ്റ് കണ്ടു, ഡോളി ഡ്രീംസ് ബണ്ണി റെസ്ക്യൂ ഷെൽട്ടർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. അപ്പോൾ പിന്നെ അവരെ കോണ്ടാക്ട് ചെയ്തു. പിന്നെ കുറേ ഫോർമാലിറ്റീസാണ്. പിന്നെ അതിനെ വളർത്തുന്ന രീതികളൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചിരിക്കണം. നമ്മൾ അതിനുള്ള എല്ലാ അറേഞ്ച്മെൻറ്റ്സും ആക്കി വെച്ചിട്ട് അവർക്ക് അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു വീഡിയോ അയച്ചു കൊടുത്താൽ മാത്രമേ അവർ നമുക്ക് മുയലിനെ തരുള്ളൂ. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് വേണ്ടുന്ന എല്ലാ സെറ്റപ്പും ആദ്യം റെഡിയാക്കണം. ഇതിനൊക്കെ മുൻപ് അവർ നമുക്കൊരു സൂം സെക്ഷൻ ക്ലാസ് തന്നു. എങ്ങനെയാണ് മുയലിനെ വളർത്തേണ്ടത്, അതിനെ പരിപാലിക്കേണ്ടത് എങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുള്ളൊരു സൂം സെക്ഷൻ തന്നു. അപ്പം നമുക്ക് അതിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യാം. ആക്ച്വലി ആർക്കെങ്കിലും മുയൽ വളർത്താൻ താല്പര്യമുള്ളവർക്ക്, മുയലിൻ്റെ സെൻസ് നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ മുയൽ കൃഷിയല്ല കേട്ടോ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്, നമ്മൾ പെറ്റായിട്ട് ആസ് എ പെറ്റ് ഇൻസൈഡ് ദ ഹോം എങ്ങനെ വളർത്തുന്നു അതിന് വേണ്ടുന്ന കുറേ ട്രെയിനിങ്ങും സംഭവങ്ങളും. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ഫുൾ അവരൊരു സൂം സെക്ഷൻ നമുക്ക് തന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം നമുക്ക് ആ സൂം സെക്ഷൻ കാണാം. അപ്പോൾ ആക്ച്വലി ലെങ്തി വീഡിയോ ആണ്, അത് തന്നെ 35 minutes ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ അത് എഡിറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് കുറച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ആ സൂം സെക്ഷൻ കണ്ടാൽ ഇത് ഇൻ കേസ് ആർക്കെങ്കിലും മുയൽ കുട്ടനെ പെറ്റായിട്ട് വളർത്താൻ താല്പര്യമുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് അത് യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ആ ഫുൾ സൂം സെക്ഷൻ ഒരു വീഡിയോ ആയിട്ട് ഞാൻ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അടുത്ത സെക്കൻഡ് പാർട്ടായിട്ട് അടുത്ത വീഡിയോ. സോ സീ യു ദെൻ, ബൈ. Okay.
Yeah, I'll start from the beginning. Okay. Are we ready to go?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Perfect. No, thank you. So my name's Katie. I have 2 bunnies, and I'm just going to be instructing on bunnies today. We've gone over this, so I'll start again with the pen. We do keep bunnies indoors because there's RHDV2 going around right now, which is a rabbit hemorrhagic virus. It's 100% fatal. They can't import the vaccine from Europe until there's confirmed deaths in your county. So it's just best to not bring your shoes around the bunnies. Don't let them outside. Things like that. I'm going to flip you guys around to Dolly Parton's pen. This is a 3-foot Midwest puppy pen. It's $45 on Amazon. This is a 2-foot puppy pen. It's about $35 on Amazon. But I'm really lucky because Elvis doesn't like to escape from it. But Dolly has to have a big one because she likes to climb and jump over things. They shouldn't be able to jump out of 3 feet. If they can, you have a world record bunny. So that's the pen I recommend. You'll see, I'm going to flip you around again, but in both their cages, I do have many of the same things. So they drink as much as a medium-sized dog a day, which is why we have dog water bowls. You'll often see people have bottles, but we just use bowls. This is a heavy ceramic one from PetSmart. It's got a lip in here. You can put your finger through it because they think it's funny to tip them. If you get something that's not heavy in ceramic, they'll literally grab it and they'll flip it over because that's fun for them. Which is why I know it's hilarious, but it's not fun to clean up. And then they always like hiding in things because rabbits are prey animals. So you can make your own hut. Actually, you can cut a hole in two sides of a cardboard box and they can go in there. They can hide in there. I use this cat scratcher from Target. It was $20 because she loves to eat it. And then I have these little tunnels because bunnies love tunnels. This is a Katie brand tunnel, Kaytee. And he just loves to hang out in here just because they just love going in things. And then you can also buy other tunnels for them to go in. They'll have the zoomies because they're crepuscular. So they're most active in the dawn and the dusk. And so if you're there during like 7 and 9 p.m., they'll run and run and run and run and run. And we call that the zoomies. And it's so cute. And then for enrichment, I just want to go over all the enclosure things first. For enrichment, you'll see I have stuffed animals for each of them to groom. Dolly was a meat rabbit, so she had lots of meat babies before they were gonna probably butcher her. So she just likes to groom it like little babies. She's got a soft bed. I will say that if you do get them a soft bed, most rabbits pee in them. I just got really lucky with her that she doesn't. She's got 2 cat balls and they have bells inside of them and she loves to toss them around. Most of the stuff will be from cats, like sections, like this is a cat scratcher. These are cat toys. This is a cat bed. This is a cat litter box. Because most of the stuff marketed towards bunnies is either unsafe or too small. And so you'll get like enrichment like that. Do you know what baby stacking cups are?
No.
Okay, don't worry. Let me find Elvis's. So they're like these little cups.
Okay.
And you can and you can just like unstack them all. Like you can put treats in them and they'll unstack them. Bunnies love these. And they also love baby keys. So if you were to get like some of these bad boys, they'll just toss them all over. So like, I was going to give him to Elvis, but he's distracted. But they just love having toys and things to do because they will actually get really bored if they're not getting lots of attention and just things to play with. And then the litter box, you're going to use pine pellets or wood pellets for the bottom of it to absorb the scent. So right here, sorry, it's a little full, but we have this cat litter box. I got it for $10 at PetSmart or Petco. And then he uses his box. This part's clean. They're like these wood pellets. Mm-hmm. And these are from like Tractor Supply. You can get a 40-pound bag for $5, which is a really good deal. A lot of places will have like shredded wood. Let me flip you. A lot of places will have like these like shavings, like cedar shavings for bedding. That's bad for their respiratory system. So you're going to want to use those pine pellets, like wood pellets, or you can use Carefresh, but Carefresh is kind of expensive. It's really soft, but it's like $20 for like a 5-pound bag. So maybe hold off on the Carefresh. Mm-hmm. And then do you guys have any questions about the enclosure so far?
What do you have to ask for? Nothing. Because we don't know anything about that. So
yeah, no worries.
For taking them to vet for what? Can you please explain that, Steph?
Yes. Okay. So I'll actually do that part next right now. So for their illnesses, so rabbits don't get shots. They don't need annual shots or anything, but they will need to go to the vet at least once a year for an annual checkup. You can actually take them to the vet if you don't feel comfortable trimming their nails every single month or month and a half. It should just be $30 to get them clipped real quick or less. Not a big deal, but just an annual checkup. They can have stasis. I'm going to move down because Dolly's trying to eat my stuff. So they can have GI stasis, which is when their gut stops moving. And rabbits always eat unlimited hay. You're not going to want to limit their hay because they have to constantly eat or else their gut will literally like shut down. And this is called stasis and their tummy will get really hard. So if this happens, you can obviously call me and I'll walk you through it, but you're going to give them a little tummy massage, like go like this on their tummies kind of hard. You'll be able to feel gas moving. You can give them smethicone, which is infant gas drops. That helps a lot. Critical care is a big one. If they won't eat, you'll syringe feed it to them. You can syringe feed them water too if they stop eating. And then if they don't eat within 8 hours, you take them to the vet. So you'll know if your rabbit's sick because they'll be lethargic. They'll mostly stop moving. Their tummy could be hard. They'll be grinding their teeth in pain. Sometimes they do it when they're really happy. But then they'll also stop eating or pooping. So the biggest things to look out for are the eating, because rabbits are always eating and they're always pooping. They make 200 to 300 poops a day. But don't worry. Once they're settled in and stuff for a few days, they'll mostly do it in their litter box. So it won't be bad. But they will.
What type of foods? I read somewhere. No, I think it's in your Insta itself that don't feed them carrots all the time, right?
That was what I was going to talk about too. That's right. Because we've had people, like, we've rescued bunnies and they just give them carrots, like lots of carrots. But it's like giving a toddler a giant candy bar. Like, it's so fun and they're going to love it, but it's probably not good for them.
Okay.
But yeah, great memory. And you can give them a little piece as like a snack or like a little banana. And they love it. I know that a certain family member of mine, my mom, loves to give them a teeny piece of carrot every single night. But there's only so much I can do about that. They're spoiled.
What else? Like what other foods?
So they can't eat corn, seeds, nuts, bread, avocado, yogurt drops, and salt licks, things like that. I would say that the best foods for them, because they're supposed to have a handful of fresh greens a day, are going to be romaine lettuce and green leaf lettuce. So that's what I usually do. I just keep some in the fridge at all times, because for their diet, you're going to want to give them obviously a bowl of water that's always full, unlimited Timothy hay or orchard grass. If you are allergic to hay, I suggest orchard grass. It's something I use instead of hay because I know I'm allergic. You're going to give them 1/4 each a cup of pellets a day, because you can't give them unlimited pellets because it'll make them a little chunky. So 1/4 a day of oxbow pellets. Oxbow adult rabbit pellets are going to be the way to go for sure. And then you can just give them like a handful of fresh greens, like a cup to a cup and a half, and then some occasional treats. But they're going to give you the saddest puppy dog eyes, like, you've never fed me. Don't keep giving them treats. They know how to work the system.
So are these hay available in Walmart? Are hays available in Walmart?
I'm so sorry. Could you say that one more time?
Yeah, she was asking if we can get the hay in Walmart.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure you can. But I actually order it at rabbitholehay.com because it's going to be better quality and you're going to get way more for your money. So that's what I personally recommend. You can also get all this stuff at Petco and PetSmart, but the hay is probably best to buy online at Rabbit Hole Hay, because Petco and PetSmart have like these teeny little bags and they're pretty expensive. Hi, Maggie. So I think we talked about all the illnesses and things they can't have. Like, a lot of things you'll see marketed towards rabbits will have seeds in them or nuts in them. Or the pellets will be corn-based. And a lot of times people are like, oh, give them yogurt drops or a salt lick. They're not supposed to have those. It's just companies sell them still because they sell, like, because people still buy them and they don't really care about the well-being of rabbits. Something interesting I do want to mention too is that rabbits don't get baths. You're definitely not going to want to stick them in the bathtub or get them wet.
I was about to ask you. That's
perfect. Yeah.
Hmm.
So they clean themselves.
Oh.
I call them cats almost, like vegan cats. But I'm going to flip you around because Dolly's cleaning herself right now. I don't know if you can see that. I can't really zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. She's just cleaning herself. And she'll clean herself for kind of a long time each day. She'll put her hands on her face, clean her ears, things like that. Because there
will be no bad odor at all. If you're not, okay.
No baths. Oh, Elvis, no baths or anything, because if they get wet, it's really hard for them to regulate their body temperature. Okay. And so they'll go into like shock, or they could get hypothermia. And if they do get really wet, it's likely to kill them. So just like, you don't have to give them a bath unless advised by a vet. Okay. But that's like a really good thing to note. So I'm glad you talked about that. And then they love being pet between the eyes, like on their forehead. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be like, that's so weird. Oh, look, he's playing with his little cups. I'll flip you around. Oh. See, he just likes to toss them all around. That's a typical bunny thing. So if you have any balls or anything you think they might like to toss around, definitely give them to them. So they love to be pet between the eyes on their forehead. I'm actually going to add something to my list. I want to talk about chinning.
What about plain Cheerios?
No. Sorry, my mom was like, you should tell them that you can give them plain Cheerios. Dolly, you can give them plain Cheerios, but probably in moderation. If that's even something you decide to do, because it can make them gain weight. And then they don't like to be held typically because they're prey animals. So a lot of times people get rabbits and they're like, it's going to be such a nice beginner pet. They're going to be so cuddly. But usually they're not, because if you do pick them up though, let me put you here. Okay. If you do pick them up, you're going to want to hold them like a football. So you're going to scoop your hands underneath their tummy, and then you're going to hold them like this, like a baby, but don't hold them on their backs, because that's called tonic immobility or trancing. And they'll act really relaxed if they're on their back, like extremely relaxed, but really they're in a state of shock and their blood pressure is raising and stuff. So that's something to note, because a lot of people do hold them on their backs, but that can seriously injure them. So you're just going to hold them like this, always support their back feet. And then you can just sometimes you can hold them like this on your shoulder a little bit, or just in your arms. But there's some graphics actually about that on the Instagram that I think you've probably seen, but you can always go and look at.
Yep.
Perfect. And I think you guys are going to do a really good job. It seems like you guys have done some research and stuff too.
He was like he's going to take it with his bed.
No more.
No more.
So something rabbits also do that kind of surprises people is they flop. And this is like a rabbit will just be standing there and they'll be happy and stuff. And then they dive down head first on their side. And the other day we got a message from somebody saying, I think my rabbit's dying. Yeah, but they're just
I
really
read that.
And the first time it happened to me, I was so freaked out. I was so concerned. I was like, oh my gosh, Elvis, what's wrong? But he was just really happy. So it's really cute though. But I'm glad you know. Nail trims. We talked about going to the vet for that. If they're upset, rabbits will thump, which is like, have you guys seen the movie Bambi?
No.
Well, anyway, don't worry. That's not the point. But there's a bunny in there named Thumper, and they call him Thumper because bunnies with their back feet go like really loud if they're upset. And you'll be like, what was that? But it's just your bunny. They've probably seen something that scared them. Maybe you moved a little too fast, something like that. So if that happens, you're just going to want to maybe back off, let them calm down, regroup. And then they also, when they first get to your home, they'll probably pee and poo in their enclosure a bit, which is why I do recommend putting a tarp down and then maybe like a foam puzzle mat or a rug and cover it in something washable like a fleece. Like I have fleece blankets just on mine because I wash them once or twice a week because sometimes they have little accidents. They're really good about potty training, but the bunnies, when they first get there, will mark with poop. And it's not like a wet dog poop or anything. It's just like Cocoa Puff cereal. You're going to toss it back in their litter box. If they make little pee-pee mistakes, you're going to get white vinegar, cut it with water. So put water in there too. And then just wipe where it is. Because if they keep, it'll take away the scent. Because if they smell it, they'll just pee and pee and pee there. And you're going to be like, what's happening?
Doing this right. He's going to take the responsibility.
Yeah, you got to clean it up.
No, I will help him.
But it's your responsibility. I think you're going to do a great job. They shouldn't smell. The female, though, will have to be neutered. That's one of our requirements, or spayed, because she's not currently spayed. And so we'll send over the adoption contract once she is. That'll be in lieu of an adoption fee. They also will chin things, which is super cute. They rub the undersides of their chins on every single thing. And they're saying, oh, it's mine. It's mine. That's mine too. Because they have scent glands underneath their chin that only rabbits can smell. And so if you sit in there long enough with them and stuff, they might start chinning you. And they're like, haha, you're mine now. And so that's really cute. That's a sign that they like you. When you do first get them too, you're going to want to sit in their pen with them and just watch TV, do homework, do something. Don't reach out and just pet them and stuff, because rabbits mostly recognize people by scent. So they're actually going to want to come to you, explore you, make sure you're not going to hurt them or anything. And that'll just really get them used to you. Because when I first got Elvis over there, he came from, he's cleaning himself. But he came from a petting zoo, and then they were going to butcher him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I made the worst mistake of my life, because he would not, for the life of him, come over to me. He was really scared. And I was like, what do I do? And so I just started sitting in his pen with him, and I would do my homework, which is a great excuse. A bunny ate my homework. And he just started coming over to me, and now he comes over for pets and treats, and he just needs to realize that you're not going to hurt him.
So how old
That's
is
what
he?
the bunnies will do.
How old is he?
Hmm?
How old is he?
Age?
Oh, Elvis is about 2 years old. We don't really know. And then Dolly Parton's anywhere from 2 to 6.
Oh.
I know. I wish I had more of an answer on her too.
So
But
if you are taking them from some other place, so how did you really know what's their age? Like is there
exactly.
yeah. Does the vet know from counting their teeth or something? I don't know.
No, they always have 28 teeth.
Okay.
So, but that's good because that's how you would tell on a person. But Elvis, I know like about when he was born, and then Dolly P, they said, oh, she's 2 to 6 years old, or she's 2 years old at least. But she's
they're not
two.
actually sure. They're not sure about that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because usually we get the bunnies from poor situations. Like Dolly was on a meat farm, and they obviously don't keep record of that because there's no like law saying they have to in Missouri because they're livestock. But yeah, she's older, but she's good, and they can learn tricks because Dolly came to me really aggressive, so I just sat in her pen and stuff. They love to perch on things. I'm looking at her now, and here, I'll flip you over. Because they love to be high. So if you get them like a hut or something they can sit on, they're going to love that. And then they can learn their names. So when you do choose a name.
So these rabbits are not related, right?
They're not
related. But the one we are going for, they are like, they are related. Are they from single mom?
The bunnies that you're going to be getting are related. That's what we've been told.
Brother and siblings, right?
Yeah, and they're so cute. They're Dutch bunnies. So they're pretty small. I wouldn't say they're a giant breed or anything. I do know that they're in their situation now because somebody bought them, but they're being attacked by all the other bunnies in the home, which is why it's so important that we get them out, get them safe. But they're really bonded together. So I'm glad that they get a home together too.
Yeah.
And then when you name them, choose something short, probably if you want them to learn it. Do you have any names in mind so far?
He
I
said
was saying
something.
Chan or something.
Chan.
That's cute.
I don't know.
No, that's good. I was going to say, choose something like short. Don't choose like Princess Fluffy Butt or something. Because if it's short, then they're going to learn it. And you can teach them all sorts of tricks. Like when I say bump it to Elvis, he can come up and bump my hand. You can teach them like go to your station or whatever. Like you can just watch YouTube about it. There are so many things you can teach them other than litter training.
Yeah.
So if you want to, feel free. But I think we pretty much covered everything from enrichment to illness to diet. Did we speak about how they eat their feces yet?
No.
Okay, great. We'll just bring that one in. They eat their poop. Sometimes they're called cecotropes, and they're really soft and smelly, unlike most of their poop. And they'll be kind of small, and they usually eat it right out of the tushy, and that's how they get most of their protein. So when you see them do that,
it's quite natural then.
Explain which part.
It's quite natural, right?
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
It is. It's weird, but you'll see it.
Okay.
I just want to make sure you're aware because we do have people sometimes contact us, and they're like, this rabbit I got from Tractor Supply or somewhere just ate its poop. Like, am I not feeding it enough?
They don't get sick, right? They don't get
No,
sick.
they're supposed to eat it.
Okay.
Yeah. And two things you'll also see with diet right now are people are doing no pellet diet. So you'll see that a lot, I think, when you do more research. Make sure you always give them each 1/4 a cup of pellets a day. I think it'll be half total as long as they share. Because if they don't have the right amount of pellets and stuff, they won't get all the nutrients from the hay because you can't guarantee that like the hay fields or the brander or whatever has all the proper minerals. So just give them pellets.
Okay.
And then you'll also see something about apple cider vinegar. Don't put apple cider vinegar in the water. It's like not good for them long term, and it tastes bad. People say it's good for their fur, but as long as you brush them during molting season, you shouldn't have that issue. So molting season is a few times a year. I would say it mostly depends on your bunny because I do have one that molts more than the other and sheds more. When that happens, you're just going to brush them once or twice a day because their hair will come out a lot. It's mostly like when they're transitioning seasons.
Mhm.
And so it's normal for them to lose a lot of hair, but they shouldn't have any bald spots or anything. And then just for the owner, for you, you're going to want to make sure that their heels, particularly like the backs of their heels, don't get sore hocks, which is why you're going to want like a puzzle mat or something foam or soft like carpet underneath the fleece and on the tarp, because they don't have pads of their feet. Like we have foot pads, dogs have foot pads, things like that, but they only have fur. And so we just want to make sure it doesn't get irritated or raw, things like that.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I guess just in summary, we talked about diet and everything. As far as illness goes, I do want to reiterate, because this is really important. You just make sure they're eating and pooping all the time. If they ever seem lethargic, or like they're not eating, or if they're all hunched over, their belly's on the ground or hard, that's when you go do critical care, push infant gas drops, and take them to the vet.
So we can give them tap water, right?
Yes.
Plain water, not mineral
Absolutely.
water. Okay. Mhm.
I go to the sink and I fill the dog bowls for them. But they drink a lot. Like sometimes I walk down and I'm kind of shocked about how much they've eaten or drank, because I'm like, I just filled this. So here, she's like cleaning her face and stuff right now.
Yeah.
I always think they look kind of like little evil masterminds when they do it.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cute?
Yeah.
And she can pull her ears down.
She is facialing.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
But she is one of our more aggressive bunnies.
Mm.
I don't believe the two that you're going to be getting will display any sort of lunging behavior or boxing behavior, but we'll evaluate them when we get them.
So we can put our bunnies together in a cage, right? We need they have two different ones.
So you can put, these two are bonded, so they got to stay together.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't introduce any other bunnies to them because rabbits are notoriously territorial. So it's likely they would fight to the death even.
Mm.
They're like hamsters and guinea pigs and stuff too. Don't introduce them to rabbits. But if you were in the future to get like a cat or a dog, there
we
are
don't
ways
have
to
any pet at all. So don't worry about that. Just
Wait,
this
so
one.
is this your first pet ever?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's really exciting.
Yep.
Finally saw the rabbits and caved in, huh?
Yeah, we can start from rabbit. Let's see how he is going to manage it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
something to note though too is rabbits, I think they're more work than a dog or a cat. But they do live 8 to 12 years. And so they're not going to be like a gerbil or a hamster that only lives a couple of years. They're going to live quite a while with proper care.
Can they be
So just-
friends with the dog? Like
Maybe.
have a dog?
I have 3 dogs actually between at my house, and between all 3 of my rabbits, all the dogs like them, but I never leave them unsupervised together because sometimes Elvis will like run away or Dolly will run, and one of my dogs thinks it's a game, so they chase them. And so I just like never leave them unsupervised, but they climb on the dogs. It really depends about the dog's personality.
No, just
But
one
if you were to
pet
get a
at a time.
dog,
Just one pet at a time. That's enough for me.
yeah, I think you guys got lucky with the bonded pair.
Yeah.
You can't push the luck too much. But yeah, do you guys have any questions more about like the diets or enrichment or care or anything?
Is there anything else?
No, I'm good.
Oh, so they just water, right? No milk or nothing like that, right?
No milk. They don't get milk. They don't get juice, just water. And it seems boring to us, but it's good for them. And then whenever you give them a new veggie or fruit that they haven't had before, or any sort of treat, you're going to want to Google it first just to make sure it is safe, since there are so many things that aren't.
Yeah, I will Google it and then again confirm it with you.
Perfect. But green leaf lettuce and romaine lettuce are great things to have on hand.
Okay.
But yeah, I think honestly, once you guys have this setup, I'll show you the setups again just so we can just see them again. So they're going to want a 3-foot pen, most likely, a hut. This is the hut that I'm using, a $10 cat litter box. Hi, Dolly. From PetSmart. You can put the litter in there. And then for Dolly, I put half of it filled with hay because she likes to eat and poop. And Dolly's actually pretty new, so she's still working on litter training. Because I cleaned her pen the other day and I realized a whole corner underneath her box was pee-pee filled. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then you got to get a water bottle for him. You can get a cat bed, but it probably will be peed on. Okay. So you can hold off. Make sure they have a stuffed animal. And then just some enrichment. And if you don't feel like spending a whole lot of money on enrichment or anything, cat toys like I use are a great idea. Or you can just like make your own toys. And there are so many things online like how to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
They love Kleenex boxes. Okay, so if you take the plastic.
They don't chew plastic. They don't chew plastic?
Not like hard plastic like the baby keys and baby cups, but I wouldn't give them like plastic wrapping or anything like that because they are rabbits, they will chew. Like if you let them out for free roam time, which they should get an hour at least, like minimum of a day, just because they love to run around, have the zoomies and things like that. But when you let them run around, you're going to want to watch them because they'll eat like the baseboards and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because they love to chew. So if your bunny's chewing and stuff and you can't get them to stop, you can always put apple sticks in there or willow sticks and they'll just chew those as well. Because bunnies' teeth never stop growing. So the hay helps with that and then chew toys too. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I give you so much information.
We need that. We need that actually because we don't know anything about them.
If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. There are a few good YouTube channels and websites and stuff that you can also research. But yeah, like if you guys wind up with any questions or if you need to know where to buy things like for the best prices, like I can help with that too. I graduated though, and it's Corona.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no. And wait, so what grade are you in?
Me? 11.
Oh, what school do you go to?
Northwest High School.
Okay, gotcha. I went to
now
Parker.
I'm online schooling.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He can sleep.
How do you sleep during your classes?
No. Not during class time. No. Otherwise, he needs to go to school and get
sleep
ready.
Longer than usual school days.
Yeah. Otherwise, he needs to get ready by 6:15.
Oh my goodness!
Now you can. He needs to get up at 7:15 or 7:30.
Just wake up and you're there.
Yeah. And just turn on the computer that's in the class.
And I think bunnies will be great for online schooling. They're like great study buddies because you can just sit in their pen with them and then you can just like do your thing while they do their thing.
Yeah.
As long as they don't chew the cords. You got to be careful of cords. And when you do, like if you do your schooling in your bed or something, probably don't put the bunnies on your bed because they'll pee to mark it because it smells so strongly of you. They'll want to be like, this is mine, and they'll pee on it.
Yeah.
So you can keep them off the bed.
Oh, yeah.
I think every single one of our bunnies, we have 3, has peed on my sister's bed, and she hasn't gotten the hint yet. So.
Yeah. So, who is your partner? Partner in the crime?
My partner in crime, I work with somebody named Paul, and we have a whole team of fosters and stuff too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like become a big thing. I'm just doing like the education and adoptions and things like that right now. But yeah, it's like been really exciting. We started in June. I never expected to get into rescuing, and then somebody dumped bunnies in a local neighborhood, and then I caught them. And then I got contacted about a horde of 30 plus alive rabbits and several dead. And then I helped with that, and it just kept going. But I'm really glad you guys found us.
You guys are doing a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm so glad you're going to get your first pets. I always say they're not beginner pets, but I think you're going to do a really good job. And it sounds like your mom's been researching a lot.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think you might be more excited than he is.
No, I'm excited. I was begging for getting one.
Yeah, he was asking for a dog.
Yeah, but she don't want dog.
No, I said, this one is comparatively we can manage it, right? I cannot manage dogs.
Yeah, and the good thing is that rabbits, although they do require like a little more care, they're not as loud and they're not like gonna knock over your things.
Yep, that's what I was saying because they're silent.
Yeah, well, they can actually make noises too. You probably won't hear them often, but they can growl. They can make honking noises, and they can dump their feet.
Do they like music? Do they like hearing music?
They do. Okay, so Elvis is named after a singer, Elvis, and Dolly
Actually.
Parton's.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Dolly Parton's a famous singer too. So I've played them both their music before,
Uh,
but I found they don't like violins because it's like a high screeching noise. To them, I like classical music, but bunnies don't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can absolutely play music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, a lot of info and very useful too.
And sometimes if it's storming, the bunnies will get a little upset and Elvis will
Oh.
thump sometimes. And this isn't often. I think it's just like a weird quirk of his. But I just like sometimes I would play like piano music or something that doesn't have like a violin in it, and he just like chill, like calm down a little bit. So that'll be something to watch when it like thunders. But it shouldn't be a big deal. Like I know some dogs freak out when it thunders too, but the bunnies have not freaked out as much as my dogs do. So they're going to be better.
Are they sleep at night as we do, or just they will sleep randomly?
They actually, that's a great question. So they're going to sleep for a big part of the night and a big part of the day. They're really light sleepers, so they'll probably wake up whenever they see or hear you move. And they're most active in the dawn, so in the morning and then in the evenings. So which is perfect for a work schedule because they'll be sleeping while you're at work. And yeah,
That's cool.
but yeah, I like it a lot. And then just make sure they have enough chew toys. Elvis is chewing on the bars of his pen. He wants out. He says, "It's my free time, guys." But yeah, just make sure they have free roam time. But do get cord protectors too, because if they eat a cord that's plugged in, it could electrocute them. And we say, "Oh my gosh."
so when they roam around, does it have to be in like a comfortable space or like plain?
Let me show you. When I do free roam, they don't like
okay.
slippery surfaces.
Oh.
I just pull them out of their pens and I like stick them wherever they go, hang out on the bean bags. Like they'll do whatever they want to do. They do prefer carpet.
Oh.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be like rabbit designed. They can just go anywhere.
But they will pee, right? They will pee anywhere.
So yeah, like sometimes I bring them up and I put them in our family room or
Probably, put them as Snuggie or something.
A diaper.
Diaper.
wait, did you say that they get a diaper?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, here, wait. I'm gonna flip you over. Okay.
Oh,
This is a flop.
all right.
Ah.
I didn't want to wake him up, but he is zonked.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what a flop is going to look like, and they're going to dive down head first. I'm glad he did that because I really wanted to show you guys what it looked like too. So perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel good about this.
He's not getting attention from you, so keep it like yeah.
I know he's being dramatic.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any more questions for now? Or if you think of any later, you can always let me know.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll keep in touch.
Perfect. Well, it was so nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for allowing me to record it because I need to hear it again.
Yeah, anytime.
Yep. And
Perfect. All right.
I told you, like, I am doing a YouTube section for this because I do have a YouTube channel.
Perfect. I'll follow it.
Travel vlogs and cooking things, everything is there. So,
Okay, cool. I'll definitely be on it. I can't wait to see the bunnies on it when they arrive too.
yes. Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye.